Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. Welcome to Reads and Eats. My name is Fiona. I'm here today to do my kind of my weekend reading plans and like a weekly wrap up video. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. But yeah, anyway, it's been a very slow reading week. And you'll find out why in a wee while. So the first book I read this week was Murder by the Book by Lauren Elliot. I gave this 3 to 3.5 out of 5. I buddy read this with cousin Sonia over at Sonia with an I. I will leave Sonia's YouTube channel link down below. If you're not following Sonia, please go follow Sonia. She's great. Yes, there's a very strong possibility that we are cousins, so it's like we just call each other cousin now, which is great. So yes, I buddy read this book with her. So we meet our main character Addie, and she has moved to this town. The name of it escapes me. And she's setting up a bookshop, which sounds, from the description, sound absolutely delightful. She's next door to, on one side, to a tea shop that's run by a girl called Serena, and on the other side there is a bakery run by Martha. Martha is grumpy. Martha is not nice. She really is not a nice lady. But Serena is lovely. And Serena and Addie strike up an instant friendship, which was, I was like, it was okay. But we find out more as to possibly why there is such an instant connection between the two of them. But on Addie's first day, about to open her shop, she's almost run down by this black sedan. And it's like, was this an accident? Was it not an accident? And then she's at home. She's in this house that she's inherited from her great aunt, and she doesn't remember her great aunt. But some things have started happening, like this black sedan is parked at the bottom of the drive. She's convinced that somebody's in the house as well. And I'm like, lock your doors, hen. Myself and Sonia are both screaming at her, will you just lock your ruddy doors? So we have this going on. And Martha is also sort of setting up a campaign as to try and get Addie kicked out of town, and we don't know why. There was this meeting with like the rest of the town, or some of the town's other, shall we say, business owners, and Addie missed it because she was having to do a repair in the shop because something had happened to the shop. And her friend Serena comes running out of that meeting visibly upset and is heading towards the town department store. And something happens there that the man who owns it ends up dead. And Serena is the prime suspect, and she's arrested by her brother, who is the sheriff. Okay. So Addie's like, we've got to sort of find out who did it, because Serena did not murder the person. And her brother's like, you can't get involved, sort of thing. And then he takes her to the murder scene, and we're both like, wait, what? But she finds some things at the murder scene that he and his forensic team didn't find out. So we've got this going on. It's like, why was he murdered? And then there's various other things going on as well. There were bits in it that were unbelievable. You were like, oh, come on. And I have to say, I felt that the last couple of chapters were really rushed, and there were just too many characters with too many connections, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was good to buddy read it with Sonia. I really enjoyed buddy reading it and sort of chatting to her about it as we were reading, which was really fun. I don't think Sonia wants to continue with the series. At the moment, I'm not that invested in it that I'm thinking, yes, I will do. It's definitely I put on the back burner with a question mark over it. So yeah, so that's what I read for the part of the week. And then I picked up The Orange Grove by Rosanna Lee. Sorry, I'm just really, really tired today. It's just one of those days. I got 260 pages into this and I DNF'd it. I didn't care for the characters. The characters are actually very one-dimensional. And really, the plot line, I didn't see... There wasn't enough in the plot line to keep me interested. And I was stawing picking this up. I would do other things that I didn't have to. And I eventually decided, no, it's not for me. Somebody else might really enjoy it, but no. So I DNF'd that one, as I say, 260 pages in. I then picked up Three Holidays and a Wedding by Uzma, Jalaluddin and Marissa Stapley. I was given my friend when she went over to Toronto just before Christmas, or no, when was it? But October last year, she picked this one up for me and gave it to me for my Christmas. And it's been sitting on my shelves waiting on me to read. So at the moment I am on I'm on chapter 6, I've got 90 pages into it. I have tabbed a wee bit because I'm one of these people, I sort of like the idea of annotation, okay? As long as it's your own book. If it's somebody else's book or a library book, please don't. Not good. So I've marked a bit that really appealed to me in this book, but I'm one of these like, oh, I don't know that I can actually underline it, and it's like, oh, so I don't know. But at the moment, this one is really nice. About two ladies that meet on a plane from Denver to Toronto, but major snowstorm, and were supposed to be diverted to Ottawa, but they've ended up in this little Ontario town called, I think it's Snow Falls. And one of the ladies is a Muslim, and is it Ramadan? I think it's Ramadan, and she's flying there with the majority of her family because her sister is getting married in Toronto just before Christmas. We then meet also Anna, who is going from Denver to Toronto to spend Christmas with her boyfriend. And I have to say, we've already met the boyfriend, and I'm like, he's very much a control freak, and I think his mother's very controlling as well. And it's like, he's like, you need to get out of there, like Snowfall. She sort of phoned him and said, look, this is a problem. Well, get another plane. And like, all the planes are grounded. Well, get a car. It's like, well, the roads are impassable. Well, you've got to be here. And I'm like, dude, she can. Thankfully, at this point, her phone has died, and her charger is in her suitcase, which was supposed to be a carry-on, but the plane officials, there was too much carry-on luggage, so they had to put it into the hold. But the only thing is, when they put it onto the little, the cart thing that they have all the suitcases on, it fell off. And nobody picked it up, so it still supposedly it must be sitting on the runway at Denver. So she's only got a cocktail dress that she was wearing on the plane because she was going to a gala dinner as soon as she hit the ground in Toronto. And a pair of it now is at Louis Vuittons that her boyfriend gave her before he put them on her feet before they left his apartment that morning because he didn't like the shoes. It was supposedly a gift, but the shoes that she was wearing weren't good enough. But it's like, well, I'm only going to be wearing them on the plane. No. I'm like, oh, come on. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So as we've got to the bit where they're in snowfalls, and it's like, what's going to happen after that? So I'm invested in this book already. And then I got book mail today. During the week, I'd commented on something in the HarperCollins Instagram story, and one of the publishing ladies there contacted me, DM'd me, and said, "Would you like to review this book for us?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So it arrived today, and it's called "She's Not Sorry" by Mary Kubica, and it says in the back, Megan Michaels is trying to find balance between being a single mum to a teenage daughter and working as a full-time nurse. While on duty at the hospital one day, a patient named Caitlin arrives in a coma, having plunged from a bridge onto train tracks below. But when a witness comes forward with shocking details about the fall, it calls everything they know into question. Was Caitlin pushed, and if so, by whom and why? Megan has always tried to stay emotionally detached from her patients, but this time she lets herself get too close. Now she's deeply entangled in Caitlin's life. Only when it's too late does she realise that she and her daughters could be the next victims. So that sounds really, it's like a psychological thriller. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I've never read this author before, so yeah, this will probably be my next physical read, I would think. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So that's kind of all the reading for this week. What else have I done this week? Well, I had a lovely coffee chat with cousin Sonia. We had that on Wednesday afternoon, and it was really lovely. It was really nice to sort of start to get to know each other and to chat about our buddy read and just general chit chat. It was really, really good. So we're hopefully going to have like more of those chats, and hopefully more buddy reads. What else? I had a glass lesson on Wednesday as well. It was really nice to be back. And sort of made one piece, and I've started making use of another piece, so that was really nice. I've been doing some colouring, but no, that's kind of it's been a really, really quiet week. We were supposed to have one of my best friends coming to stay this weekend, but I've got the start of a cold. Dad's got it worse than I have, so we just decided. We gave her the option, and she's just recovering from really bad chest infection. She's like, no, I don't want anything else. I'm like, don't blame you. So we've kind of rescheduled that, so that's fine. It gives us time to get over this. But that's it. Weather-wise, we've had sun. We have had sun yesterday and today. Clouds are over just now. There's still blue sky, I have to say, but it's clouding over. I think we're going to get some rain. Dad was saying it was like really heavy rain overnight. I don't know what the rainfall was overnight, but we have had some really, really heavy rain this week. It's like some of the fields nearby have got little lochans in them. Just so much water. But that's it. So my plans for the weekend: try and get rid of this cold. Read. I've got some. I want to do more colouring. I did get my cardigan sewn up, which was good. I need to do the ribbing for the bottom now and round the front and the top, so the neck area. So I'll maybe start doing some of that this weekend. I'm just going to see how I feel. My eyes feel really tired and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But excuse me. Hopefully I'll knock this on the head fairly quickly. Yeah, I could do with. I don't need a cold, friends. I really don't need a cold. The last thing I want. If I'm looking a bit dishevelled, is because I've just had a nap. I had a nap for 3/4 of an hour. Gave me the energy to do this. But that's it. I think I've waffled enough for you guys. But please let me know down in the comments, have you read any of the books I mentioned? What did you think of them? What have you been reading this week, and what are your reading plans for the weekend? I would love to know, and I'd love to know if you get any other plans for the weekend. I will be watching rugby this weekend. It's quarter-final time for European rugby, so Edinburgh are playing tomorrow, so that's good. Unfortunately, Glasgow got knocked out last week, but that's just the way it goes. So yeah, I'll be watching rugby, but very quiet weekend. But that's it until my next video, friends. But whoever you do, stay safe. Happy reading. Bye.